Yo, talking about Dragon Ball Super, Episode 1 just dropped. July 4th, God bless America, God bless Dragon Ball Super. Let's talk about it. That's right, we start off with a flashback to Dragon Ball Z, the best anime, arguably, of all time. That's right, we're talking about Goku destroying Kid Buu, and then we pan to the future, right? And we're looking at Goku, he's riding on a tractor, he's not flying on Nimbus, he's riding on a tractor, he's chilling out on the farm. And it was amazing to see this because it was an intellectual move. I loved how it starts off because you get to see Goku and Goten come together, and that never happens often enough in the Dragon Ball series, you know. We've only seen them interact a few times at best. And this starts off with an amazing scene because you can take it as face value, but I love the symbolism of it because as soon as Goten gets there, Goku says, hey, why don't you drive the tractor, right? So basically, he is an adult asking a kid to go do the work so he can go play. And that's the opposite, right, of what happens because that just shows how Goku, his thoughts are so off in left field because he's the greatest of all time and he's the champion. He doesn't care about anything. But he does care about Chi-Chi. He does care about her feelings and he does care about her financial wants, man. She wants him to bring home the bacon. So he's chilling out, just working himself to death and then training on the off season, right? So he just wants to get back to the ultimate fight. And I can respect that. It was sweet, though. We end up seeing Goten, he falls off the side of a cliff, and Goku has to save him real quick. Like, it was a sweet little move, and like I said, amazing to start off with a, exchange between Goku and Goten. Another thing, though, face value. You know what I'm saying? Goten fell off the side of a cliff, while he was driving the tractor. You can look at it and say, oh, that's crazy. Or you can think, I think they're making Goten seem vulnerable. They do it multiple times in the episode. They're making Goten seem vulnerable. They're doing like what they did with Gohan. Everybody loves Gohan so much. Gohan originally was afraid of things. He cried. He was scared, right? So Goten, even though he is arguably one of the most badass characters, I love Goten. He's one of my favorites because he likes to fight just like Goku. If you watch the World Martial Arts Tournament where he's fighting Trunks, he definitely wants it more than Trunks. You know what I'm saying? He's younger, but he's hungry, and that's the sick part. So you watch this, and Goten, he's looking weak. I mean, why didn't he fly? Why didn't he pick up the tractor? Why didn't he go Super Saiyan? And they're making him look weak. That's what I think. You end up panning over. You get to see Gohan chilling with Videl, and they're just having a little bit of an exchange. It was going down in Japanese, so I can only extrapolate so much. But Videl is looking hot. Now I can see why Gohan's about to smash that and make a baby. So they're about to get married, and Goten and Trunks, they are looking for some sort of gift, like they've got to get him something, but Videl's rich. I mean, what do you get the girl who has everything? So they decide that they're going to go get a homegrown, sacred fish, like some lotion, for Videl's skin, because, I mean, that's so smart. Just go find something natural, be like, it's all natural. Doesn't matter how rich you are, you want something that's super organic or healthy, right? So they end up going to, like, this secret little spot where the water's all nice, right? And apparently nobody else goes to that water because there's a huge, like, amphibious reptile, like, snake demon, right, coming after Goten and Trunks. And this is another moment why you can watch it as face value and just say, oh, well, they had a little bit of trouble with a snake. Or you can look at the symbolism of it. Honestly, they should have been able to destroy this animal. Trunks does say, hey, hold back because, hey, Goten was about to throw out a ki blast and blow up this animal, but Trunks was smart. He's the street-savvy guy. His father might be street-savvy in the sense that he can blow up your planet if you don't deal with him, but Trunks is saying, hey, don't kill him, man. We're better than that. We're freaking sick. You know what I'm saying? Trunks was swag the whole episode. He had a whole scene where he was just chilling, thinking. He was chilling up on one finger, just looking up out in the sky. And that's what Trunks would do, be the most swag character. He's the most swag, Like Vegeta, I mean, he might be the second most swag, because he'll blow up your planet if you don't say that he's not swag. So, you watch this episode, and you think, why did they have trouble with this snake? I think they're making Goten and Trunks look weak, especially in the first episode, because by the end of Dragon Ball Super, there's potential that Goku and Vegeta could die. What if it is up to Goten and Trunks? Because when you look at the spectrum, how can you say that Goku and Vegeta really are? I mean, they are currently the best, but their kids are on a whole different level than they could ever imagine. I mean, individually, they both touch Super Saiyan 3 at, like, whatever, 9 or 10. Their age is so speculative, especially at this point. but they have already touched Ultimate Power. They've already touched Super Saiyan 2 together, and they've already touched Super Saiyan 3 together. There's no telling how far they could end up becoming at the end of DB Super. So I think it's really smart. They bring in these two characters. It's possible that they could be the two main characters for the rest of the series, you know what I'm saying? Because they are amazing mascots. One looks exactly like Goku, and Trunks has been swag since day one, or since Day from the Future when he came back. But it was absolutely amazing. And then we had the final development, right? We have the Hercule, the Mr. Satan, right? I have to talk about Mr. Satan because I think that he could have one of the biggest influences on the entire story. And I think a lot of people aren't really focusing on it because you don't really think about it that much. But you see Mr. Satan, he's doing a press conference, and I thought it was very clever, the drawers. Everybody knows if you asked what is Mr. Satan's favorite number, it's 666. He had a ducky. It's like the little white thing that you tuck into your suit, and it had 6 little crumpled, it had 3 on each side, 1, 2, 3, and then he had a coat, sports coat that had 1, 2, 3 buttons, and then he had pants that had 6 lines on each. So I mean, it was crazy. He had the 666. He was rocking it crazy. The drawers of that are incredible. The animators, that was intelligent if they were trying to hide that in there. It was crazy. He was given a cash prize for saving the world, right? Because everybody worships Mr. Satan, even though our savior is Goku. Isn't that how it always works? We worship the evil people at the end of the day, and we don't even know who the real hero is at the end of the day. But he ends up getting this prize and decides to take it to Goku-san, right? He goes to Goku-san and says, hey, here's, I think it was 100 million zenny. And this number was just mind-boggling to Goku. I mean, he didn't understand how much that was, and the amount of money scared him because it was out of his reach. The dude barely knows math, and then you just add up all these big numbers, and he's blown away because how much money can he make as a farmer as opposed to this? And then Goten convinces him. He says yes. So I mean, it's a moment of weakness again. Goku, he is the most righteous dude ever. He says, I don't want this money. I don't need that much money. He says that. I don't need this much money. And then Goten, I don't know, honestly, it could all end up being his fault, right? Because he convinces him and says, go for it, Dad, and that's temptation, And Goku fell to the temptation, and he's never had to worry about money in his entire life. I know the Ox King was rich at some point, but his money dwindled down, and, he wasn't, financially stable, especially throughout the years. I mean, whenever he won the World Martial Arts Tournament, he ends up eating it all out, at the end of the day. He'll spend all the money, feasting after the battle. The money has never really came into his contact. The one time that Yamcha wanted to wish for it, they said, nah, why would you want to do that? And everything was okay. But this one time, Goku's never had to worry about money. He's never really had to worry about anything like that. I mean, as a child, he gave money away, didn't care about it. He's going to have to worry about it. It's going to become a problem. I guarantee it will be an underlining issue. And think about that. Goku has fought the most powerful enemies in the entire universe, but what will be his downfall? If money is Goku's downfall, I'm going to be upset. Because, I mean, he might be the person to defeat money. I don't know. He is the champion. But that was one of the big junctures right before the 30-second clip at the end, right? Where you pan to the Elder Kai, the Supreme Kai's world, right? You pan to them, and you see Kibito Kai, right? And they're looking up into the sky, and they said, oh, did you see that? And you don't know if it's Beerus just being Beerus, killing people. You don't know if it's somebody from a different universe coming in and becoming trouble. It could be anything. It could be nothing. It could be Vegeta just practicing up, right? Maybe Vegeta hit Super Saiyan 3 or something, and maybe they felt it. I don't know, but it's open-ended. They're what will happen on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z? We'll have to find out. It's absolutely crazy, guys. It's been a badass Friday, to say the very least. I love talking about Dragon Ball Super. I'm going to make a video talking about each one as they go along because that will be sick, and I will have that archived, and it will be awesome. But it's amazing that we're living these times, guys. We wanted more, and we got more, so hopefully the greatness will continue. I cannot wait to see how it all plays out with the rest of our characters when we get to see our boy Vegeta and how that's going to all play down. So get back at it, guys. Like I said, I'm always playing Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Add me on Xbox. Play with me, twitch.tv/wagsmytag. That's where the heat is at. If you guys are here from Twitch, you guys are badass. Shouts out to the champions. And stay positive, guys. Don't let the people who want to mind control you control you. Work your hardest and watch the success come your way. So, guys, grind it out. Make it happen. Be positive. Dragon Ball Super. Let's go, guys. Peace. Keep it easy.